Projected 50% increase in market share for aerospace, telecommunications and defense sectors by Q2 2027. Date: March 12, 2025. In a rapidly evolving landscape, the aerospace, telecommunications and defense sectors are on the verge of a significant transformation, with expert predictions pointing toward a remarkable 50% increase in market share by the second quarter of 2027. This growth is largely driven by innovative breakthroughs from companies like Relativity Space, which are set to disrupt traditional supply chains and amplify international competition, particularly against industry giants such as SpaceX and Blue Origin. Key trends and predictions. 1. Market growth. The aerospace and defense sectors are witnessing robust growth attributed to multiple factors, including the resurgence of air travel post-COVID-19 and escalating defense expenditures fueled by ongoing geopolitical tensions. According to Deloitte, defense spending surpassed $2.4 trillion in 2023, with projections indicating a sustained upward trend into 2025. 2. Technological advancements. A significant trend shaping the industry is the operationalization of advanced technologies, particularly artificial intelligence (AI). AI is expected to enhance aftermarket services and optimize supply chains by facilitating predictive maintenance and efficient resource allocation, addressing the current challenges faced in supply chains. 3. Emerging space economy. The spacecraft market is also on a growth trajectory, anticipated to rise from $6.95 billion in 2024 to $9.24 billion by 2030. This expansion is driven by an increased demand for satellite services and advancements in reusable launch vehicles. The U.S. Space Force's initiatives such as the National Security Space Launch Program are expected to foster competition among emerging players. 4. Advanced Air Mobility (AAM). A growing focus on AAM, particularly electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft, is a trend gaining traction among investors. A staggering 93% of asset managers have expressed interest in eVTOL technologies, signaling a shift towards urban air mobility solutions. 5. Geopolitical influences. The anticipated return of Donald Trump to the White House in early 2025 is expected to significantly impact the space industry. Regulatory clarity and budgetary predictability are crucial to maintain competitiveness against rivals like China, which is rapidly advancing its own space ambitions. 6. Space debris and sustainability. The increasing issue of space debris poses significant risks to operational satellites, necessitating innovative solutions for mitigation. The development of very low Earth orbit (VLEO) systems is being explored as a potential strategy to address this challenge. Timeline of key events. 2023, U.S. defense expenditures exceed $2.4 trillion. Rapid advancements in satellite miniaturization and reusable launch vehicles are noted. 2024, the spacecraft market valued at $6.95 billion, with significant advancements in reusable launch technologies. 2025, expected pivotal year for AAM flight operations and the operationalization of AI in aerospace. Several lunar missions, including NASA's Artemis II, are anticipated. Insights from various sources. Deloitte emphasizes the operationalization of technologies and workforce challenges, highlighting a shift toward digital solutions in maintenance and supply chains. Globe Newswire focuses on the financial growth trajectory of the spacecraft market, illustrating the role of national security programs in fostering competition. Via Satellite underscores the political landscape's effects on the industry and the implications of emerging technologies such as direct-to-device satellite connectivity. Market dynamics and competitive landscape. The competitive landscape is increasingly characterized by the emergence of new players aiming to disrupt established norms. Relativity Space, with its innovative approach to launch services, is poised to challenge the dominance of SpaceX and Blue Origin. The anticipated 50% market share growth underscores a shift towards a more diversified and competitive environment. where traditional supply chains are being re-evaluated in favor of more agile and innovative models. Strategic implications for key players. To navigate the anticipated changes, existing players in the aerospace and defense sectors must prioritize agility and innovation. Embracing technologies such as AI, enhancing supply chain visibility, and fostering collaborative partnerships will be key to maintaining a competitive edge. Furthermore, being proactive in addressing geopolitical influences and regulatory changes will be crucial for long-term success. Conclusion. The aerospace, telecommunications, and defense industries are on the cusp of significant growth driven by technological innovations, strategic geopolitical maneuvers, and evolving market dynamics. As companies like Relativity Space push boundaries, the landscape of space exploration and commercial launches will be reshaped. Intensifying competition and expanding opportunities within the sector. The next few years will be pivotal as stakeholders adapt to these changes and leverage emerging trends to secure their positions in this rapidly evolving market. The content you provided discusses the projected 50% increase in market share for the aerospace, telecommunications, and defense sectors by Q2 2027, driven largely by innovations from companies like Relativity Space. This growth is framed within a context of technological advancements, geopolitical influences, and emerging trends like advanced air mobility (AAM) and the spacecraft market's expansion. Counterintuitive information. 1. Disruption from new entrants. Traditionally, the aerospace market has been dominated by established giants like Boeing and Lockheed Martin. However, the content indicates that companies like Relativity Space, SpaceX and Blue Origin are not only competing but are projected to disrupt the market significantly. This challenges the notion that only established players can thrive in aerospace and defense. 2. AI as a growth enabler. While AI is often seen as a tool for efficiency, the content suggests it will play a pivotal role in creating demand through enhanced aftermarket services and supply chain optimization. This counters the common view that AI primarily serves to reduce costs without directly contributing to market expansion. 3. Geopolitical factors and market growth. The anticipated return of Donald Trump to the White House is presented as a factor that could positively influence the aerospace and defense sectors through regulatory clarity and budgetary support. This perspective contrasts with the typical view that political instability or changes in administration generally create uncertainty or hinder market growth. For space debris as a market opportunity, the rising issue of space debris is framed not just as a challenge but as a driver for innovation in very low Earth orbit VLEO systems, which could provide solutions to mitigate the debris problem. This contrasts with the common view of space debris solely as a negative factor that could stifle growth and investment in space. 5. Emerging space economy. The spacecraft market is predicted to grow significantly, which may seem counterintuitive given the historical reliance on a limited number of players and technologies. The democratization of access to space through innovations like reusable launch vehicles and miniaturization of satellites is expected to broaden the market, challenging the notion that high costs and technological barriers will limit participation. 6. Investment in talent amid shortages. The content highlights that despite significant talent shortages and high turnover rates, the aerospace and defense sectors are expected to see robust hiring and investment in talent development. This may seem paradoxical in a market often characterized by difficulty in attracting and retaining skilled workers. 7. Direct-to-device connectivity. The growth in direct-to-device satellite connectivity is framed as a major leap forward, allowing for direct communication with mobile devices. This could be seen as counterintuitive since historically satellite communications have been considered too complex or costly for widespread consumer use. 8. Investment in advanced air mobility. The intense interest and investment in eVTOL technologies, despite the skepticism surrounding their viability and scalability, indicate a counterintuitive optimism in the market. This suggests that stakeholders are willing to bet on the long-term potential of AAM even though practical applications are still in their infancy. 9. Regulatory challenges as opportunities. the anticipated regulatory clarity in space activities, particularly regarding new agencies overseeing operations, is presented as a potential boon for the industry. This contrasts with the typical perspective that regulatory hurdles are purely obstacles to growth. 10. Sustainability and commercial viability. The increasing focus on sustainability in the space sector, particularly regarding the management of space debris, is portrayed as a catalyst for innovation rather than a limiting factor. This challenges the perception that sustainability initiatives often add costs without delivering tangible market benefits. In summary, the content reveals a dynamic and rapidly evolving aerospace landscape where traditional assumptions about market structure, competition, and the impact of technology are being challenged. The interplay of innovation, geopolitical factors, and emerging trends is reshaping the future of the aerospace, telecommunications, and defense sectors in ways that are not immediately intuitive. The report on the projected 50% increase in market share for the aerospace, telecommunications, and defense sectors by Q2 2027 highlights critical trends and developments that may significantly reshape the landscape of space exploration and commercial launches. While many of the surface-level insights may capture attention, several nuanced and potentially overlooked aspects bear significant implications for industry stakeholders and the future trajectory of these sectors. 1. Technological disruption through innovations. The emergence of relativity space and its innovations, particularly in additive manufacturing and the use of 3D printing for rocket components, stands out as a game-changer. This disruption is significant because it reduces the cost and time associated with rocket manufacturing, enabling smaller companies to enter the market. While many focus on established giants like SpaceX and Blue Origin, the agility and cost-effectiveness of newer players could lead to a democratization of space access. This could foster a surge in innovation, as smaller firms might experiment with novel technologies and business models unencumbered by legacy systems. 2. Advanced air mobility, AAM, and urban air mobility. The mention of AAM, especially the development of eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, is gaining traction among investors. The significant interest from 93% of asset managers indicates a potential shift in urban transportation paradigms that could alleviate ground traffic congestion. However, the underlying infrastructure, regulatory environment, and public acceptance are often glossed over. The success of AAM hinges not just on technology but also on how well it integrates with existing urban frameworks. The implications for urban planning, zoning regulations, and environmental impact assessments are profound yet frequently underestimated. 3. Geopolitical dynamics and regulatory frameworks. The anticipated return of Donald Trump to the presidency and its implications for space policy is a vital yet often overlooked aspect. The potential shift in regulatory frameworks, especially concerning national security and space governance, could lead to a more competitive environment. Clarity in regulatory oversight, particularly regarding the roles of various government agencies in space activities, is essential for fostering innovation and investment. Stakeholders must remain vigilant to how these political dynamics could affect funding and partnership opportunities, especially with international competitors like China. 4. Impact of AI on supply chain optimization. The operationalization of AI in aerospace and defense, particularly in predictive maintenance and supply chain management, is a critical trend. Yet, the depth of this shift often goes unnoticed. The ability of AI to enhance operational efficiency and reduce downtime is not merely a technological upgrade but a paradigm shift in how companies approach maintenance and logistics. This transition can lead to significant cost savings and improved reliability, which are crucial in an industry where margins can be thin. Moreover, the potential for AI to facilitate real-time data analysis and decision-making underscores the importance of data governance and security in an increasingly interconnected industry. 5. Space debris mitigation strategies. The discussion on space debris and the emergence of very low Earth orbit VLEO systems is significant yet frequently overshadowed by discussions on rocket launches and satellite deployments. as the number of active satellites increases. The risk of collisions and debris becomes a pressing concern. The development of VLEO systems as a solution not only addresses operational risks but also raises questions about sustainability in space exploration. The adoption of such technologies could redefine operational protocols and necessitate international cooperation on debris mitigation strategies, yet the environmental and political implications of these initiatives are often not fully explored. 6. Emerging trends in space tourism and commercial ventures. The rise of space tourism, while garnering attention, often overlooks the broader implications for commercial space enterprises. As companies like Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic pave the way for suborbital flights, the societal and ethical considerations surrounding space tourism, such as accessibility and environmental impact, remain under-discussed. Moreover, the growth of space tourism could inadvertently lead to increased regulatory scrutiny and public skepticism, influencing the trajectory of commercial ventures in the aerospace sector. 7. The role of emerging markets and global competition. The report emphasizes the competitive landscape dominated by established players, but it is essential to consider the role of emerging markets in this growth narrative. Countries with nascent space programs are increasingly seeking to establish themselves in the global arena, driven by national pride and economic opportunities. This trend could lead to a more fragmented competitive landscape where collaboration and competition coexist. The implications for international partnerships, technology sharing, and the geopolitical balance of power in space should not be underestimated. 8. Investment trends and financial viability. The anticipated increase in market share is underpinned by rising investments in the aerospace and defense sectors, particularly from private equity. However, the financial viability of new entrants hinges on sustained investment and market confidence. The cyclical nature of investments, influenced by macroeconomic factors and geopolitical uncertainties, poses risks that could impact the long-term growth trajectory of these sectors. Stakeholders must remain attuned to market dynamics and investor sentiment, which can shift rapidly in response to global events. In conclusion, while the overarching themes of growth and innovation in the aerospace, telecommunications, and defense sectors are compelling, the significance of the often overlooked details cannot be understated. Understanding the interplay of technological advancements, geopolitical dynamics, regulatory frameworks, and market trends will be essential for stakeholders aiming to navigate the complexities of this rapidly evolving landscape. The future of space exploration and commercial launches will depend not only on the innovations that emerge but also on how well industry players adapt to the multifaceted challenges and opportunities presented by this dynamic environment. 1. Market growth and projections. The projected 50% increase in market share for the aerospace, telecommunications, and defense sectors by Q2 2027 highlights an unprecedented surge in these industries. Factors driving this growth encompass the post-COVID recovery in air travel and escalating defense budgets fueled by geopolitical tensions. Notably, defense spending is reported to exceed $2.4 trillion in 2023, indicating a strong upward trend that is expected to continue. This growth creates a fertile ground for emerging players like Relativity Space, which are anticipated to disrupt traditional supply chains, particularly in the aerospace sector. As competition intensifies with established giants like SpaceX and Blue Origin, innovations from such companies could redefine market dynamics and elevate global competition, ultimately shaping the future of space exploration and commercial launches. 2. Technological advancements and AI integration. Technological advancements, particularly in artificial intelligence (AI), represent a significant trend that will transform operations in the aerospace and defense sectors. Predictions suggest that AI will not only enhance aftermarket services but also optimize supply chains. Addressing existing challenges. Companies are increasingly leveraging AI for predictive maintenance, resource allocation, and improving customer service in maintenance, repair, and overhaul (MRO) sectors. The operationalization of these technologies is vital for ensuring the efficiency and reliability of aerospace operations, directly impacting the competitive landscape. The integration of advanced technologies emphasizes a shift towards a more digital and automated industry, allowing companies to enhance operational efficiencies and customer experiences while reducing costs. 3. Emergence of advanced air mobility (AAM). The growing focus on advanced air mobility (AAM), particularly with electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft, signifies a transformative shift in urban transportation. AAM is positioned as a solution for reducing ground traffic and enhancing connectivity in urban areas, attracting considerable investment interest. Notably, 93% of asset managers in a recent survey expressed interest in the eVTOL sector. However, for AAM to become mainstream, operators must achieve competitive pricing comparable to premium taxi services, which necessitates large-scale deployment and operational efficiency. The establishment of infrastructure such as vertiports and regulatory frameworks will be crucial for the success of AAM, making it a focal point for innovation and investment in the coming years. 4. Geopolitical influences and regulatory landscape. The geopolitical landscape significantly impacts the aerospace and defense industries, particularly with the anticipated return of Donald Trump to the White House. His administration's previous initiatives, including the establishment of the Space Force and the revival of the National Space Council, are expected to influence future space policies and regulatory frameworks. The ongoing competition with nations like China, which is rapidly advancing its own space capabilities, necessitates a clear and strategic approach to national security and space operations. Regulatory clarity regarding space activities, including mission authorization and oversight, will play a critical role in shaping the industry's direction. The relationship between political developments and market dynamics will be essential to monitor, as it could either bolster or hinder progress in space exploration and commercialization. Conclusion. In summary, the projected growth in the aerospace, telecommunications, and defense sectors, driven by technological advancements, the rise of AAM, and geopolitical influences, underscores a transformative period for these industries. Companies like Relativity Space are poised to disrupt traditional supply chains and elevate competition, particularly against established players like SpaceX and Blue Origin. As these trends evolve, they will collectively shape the future landscape of space exploration and commercial launches, presenting both challenges and opportunities for stakeholders in the industry. 1. The Apollo Program 1961–1972. The Apollo program was a series of missions initiated by NASA aimed at landing humans on the Moon and bringing them safely back to Earth. Launched in the context of the Cold War, the program was a response to Soviet advancements in space technology, notably the launch of Sputnik. The culmination of the program occurred with Apollo 11 in 1969, when Neil Armstrong became the first human to set foot on the lunar surface. The Apollo missions not only demonstrated the United States' technological prowess but also significantly advanced aerospace engineering, inspired international collaboration in science, and ignited public interest in space exploration. The program transitioned the space race into a new phase, fostering competition among other nations and private enterprises in subsequent decades. 2. The Space Shuttle Program 1981–2011. The Space Shuttle program was a major NASA initiative that revolutionized space travel by allowing reusable spacecraft to transport astronauts and cargo to and from low Earth orbit. The program's first flight was in 1981, and it continued for 3 decades, culminating in 135 missions. The shuttle enabled significant scientific research, the construction of the International Space Station (ISS), and facilitated the deployment of satellites. It also contributed to the commercial space sector by providing opportunities for private companies to conduct research and transport payloads. The program's end marked a shift in U.S. space policy, leading to increased private sector involvement in space exploration and transportation, paralleling the current trends involving companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin. 3. The rise of commercial spaceflight 2000s present. The emergence of commercial spaceflight, particularly in the 2000s, has transformed the aerospace landscape. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin started as private ventures aimed at reducing the cost of access to space and increasing competition. SpaceX's Falcon 1, launched in 2006, was the first privately developed liquid-fueled rocket to reach orbit, marking a pivotal moment in commercial space exploration. The successful development and operationalization of reusable rockets by SpaceX have significantly lowered launch costs, spurring innovation and competition in the industry. This trend has encouraged numerous startups and established aerospace companies to engage in the development of new space technologies, including satellite deployment, space tourism, and lunar missions, thus reshaping the future of space exploration. The commercial spaceflight industry continues to grow, exemplifying the disruption of traditional aerospace supply chains and the emergence of new players in a previously government-dominated sector. The aerospace, telecommunications, and defense sectors are anticipated to undergo transformative growth, with projections indicating a 50% increase in market share by Q2 2027. This surge is largely attributed to innovations from companies like Relativity Space, which are set to disrupt traditional supply chains and intensify international competition, particularly with established players like SpaceX and Blue Origin. Below are key trends and predictions shaping the future of these industries. 1. Market growth. The aerospace and defense sectors are rebounding strongly post-COVID-19, with defense spending exceeding $2.4 trillion in 2023. This upward trajectory is expected to continue, driven by increasing air travel and heightened geopolitical tensions, prompting nations to bolster their defense capabilities. By 2025, the demand for air travel is projected to grow by 11.6%, further fueling the market. 2. Technological advancements. Artificial intelligence (AI) is set to revolutionize the aerospace industry, enhancing aftermarket services and optimizing supply chains. AI applications will expand from predictive maintenance to more comprehensive strategies that improve operational efficiency, minimize costs, and enhance customer experience. The integration of digital technologies in maintenance, repair, and overhaul (MRO) processes will become critical as companies seek to extend the operational lifespan of aircraft. 3. Emerging space economy. The spacecraft market is poised for significant expansion, with forecasts predicting growth from $6.95 billion in 2024 to $9.24 billion by 2030. This growth is driven by advancements in reusable launch vehicles and the increasing demand for satellite services. The U.S. Space Force initiatives, including the National Security Space Launch Program, will facilitate increased competition among emerging space companies, enabling a wider range of players to enter the market. 4. Advanced Air Mobility (AAM). The focus on AAM, particularly electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft, is gaining traction as stakeholders aim to make urban air mobility a reality. AAM technologies are attracting significant investment, with 93% of asset managers expressing interest in the sector. Successful implementation will depend on achieving competitive pricing and operational scalability. 5. Geopolitical influences. The political landscape, including the anticipated return of Donald Trump to the White House, will significantly impact the space industry. Regulatory clarity and timely budget approvals will be crucial to maintaining competitive advantages against rivals like China, which continues to advance its space ambitions. 6. Space debris and sustainability. The increasing problem of space debris poses significant risks to operational satellites. Innovative solutions such as very low Earth orbit (VLEO) systems are emerging as potential strategies to mitigate debris while enabling improved data collection capabilities. The industry will need to prioritize sustainability to ensure the long-term viability of space operations. 7. Supply chain optimization. A complex supply chain remains a challenge in the aerospace and defense sectors, with companies facing parts shortages and delivery delays. Elevating supply chain visibility through digital technologies will be essential for maintaining efficiency and reliability in operations. The establishment of coalitions to uphold supply chain integrity will further enhance industry resilience. 8. Increased competition and innovation. Relativity Space, with its innovative approach to manufacturing and launch services, is expected to challenge established players like SpaceX and Blue Origin. The competitive landscape will foster innovation as companies seek to capture market share and develop cost-effective solutions for satellite launches and space exploration. Timeline of key events. 2023, U.S. defense expenditures surpassed $2.4 trillion. Advancements in satellite miniaturization and reusable technologies become evident. 2024, the spacecraft market reaches $6.95 billion. Significant advancements in reusable launch vehicles are reported. 2025, anticipated pivotal year for AAM and AI operationalization. Several lunar missions, including NASA's Artemis II, are expected to launch. Conclusion. The aerospace, telecommunications, and defense industries are on the brink of significant transformation driven by technological innovations, strategic geopolitical maneuvers, and evolving market dynamics. As companies like Relativity Space push boundaries, the landscape of space exploration and commercial launches will be reshaped, intensifying competition and expanding opportunities in the sector. The interplay between technological advancements, market growth, and geopolitical influences will define the trajectory of these industries in the coming years.